Poorboys little homestead. Just an overview of my little gardening area I started last year. Ain't much planted in there this year, but this is just a little overview. This will be my first video to put on YouTube. Trying to get a little overview shot. Hello everyone, this is Eddie from Poorboys Little Homestead. Today I have found the gardener's gold mine. Let me show you what it is. I have found my neighbor has a shed about a 50 by 50 square, and up under it is old age with some fresh composted and some fresh cow manure. And I have asked, and he gave me permission to get it. So I have that. It will be my second load. And the first load I took home and I mixed it up well with my compost that I already had going, about a pile half this size. But my friends, just look at this. Look how beautiful. Composted already, aged. It is whatever gardener needs. Get this camera turned up straight here. There's the herd of red cows that all of my composted dried manure I just got from under that barn came from. Now friends, here in the South, it's known that cow manure from red cows grows the biggest, best tomatoes than any other colored cow. No, that's just a joke. I was going to show y'all the finished pile after I got my 2 loads of good aged cow manure today, my garden gold fine as I call it. After mixing it with my little pile of compost I had, I ended up with about probably a 15 foot by 6 foot by 4 foot, or a good average of 3 foot, let's say. That's a pretty good chunk of change if you go buy all that in the sacks from the big box stores. But I am excited. Got my trailer unloaded. But that is good and aged, mixed like I said with my compost. And I use it to top off my beds as they settle in over time. No, I'm just gonna give y'all a little overview of my garden area. Raised beds. I'll go more in depth one day on videos of how I made my raised beds. I get ideas on watching other people on YouTube, and then I put my own ideas into it and make them. Like that one there is made out of just scrap tin and cow panel, or a half a cow panel, and then this one here I use just a filter fabric. I figure I get about 3 to 5 years out of that filter fabric, hopefully 5. I use raised tires, tractor tires, and then I cut the tops out of them. There's strawberries I planted this fall, and I keep them covered through the winter, so I have a head to start on the spring. Like I said, I got raised beds made different ways. And guys, all this is out of scrap materials. Most of this stuff is stuff that I got that people was throwing away and just wanted to get cleaned up around their place. These wick tubs. Most of these cow farmers, they give you these wick tubs if you live in cow country. And if you look on Mr. Leon's gardening on YouTube, he shows you how to make wick tubs, and they really work. But I will tell you, you have to make sure you get your soil mixture right. You can't just throw any soil in them, because it won't wick your water up. And there's one I'm going to do this year. Like Mr. Leon, I'm going to do a couple of them on barrels with tomatoes and let them hang over. And I just got some scattered out through here. I got herbs planted and my peppermint and spearmint and them tires out in the corner. I'm gonna have just a variety of everything. I got my muscadines planted this fall. I had muscadines before, and I went off to work for a few years and the wild vine took them over, so I'm starting over, kind of starting over everything. Old water trough makes good raised beds. Had a hole in it, guy just gave me that. That there's my in-ground gardening area. I like to cover it because after I got through, I planted it heavy with turnip greens and mustard greens. And my idea was after I got through with the turnip greens and mustard greens, then I tilled all that good green into the soil with some leaves to add some, they say the green manure tilling into your soil will help your soil. And then I covered it. I like to cover it, that way it help try to kill out the weed seeds and stuff. So I got it covered. But there will be most of my tomatoes and some green beans and stuff will be in the ground. I do a lot of the herbs in little pots and homemade. Just make them out of everything. That there was an old piece of pipe laying in a scrap. So there's my rabbit pen. I'm gonna be getting some rabbits here a few weeks. I may have them by the time y'all see this video. I got my chicken pen. But I'm just doing my first video just as an idea, see how people's interested, and if anybody's interested, I'll start leaving more in depth of how I make things. That right there is made out of a fan. Had a fan quit. Instead of throwing it away, I sat there one day and said I was gonna make me a flower. Well, after I made the little flower, then I said, well, I'll just make a pot. So I just like doing all kind of little projects. That there's a brooder box. It's pretty neat. Like I said, I can go more in depth. I use 55-gallon drum, self-watering my chickens, anyway, guys, like I said, I just wanted to give you a little overview. This is Poorboys' little homestead, and I'm a do-it-yourself type person, and I try to use as much what I call one man's junk's another man's treasure, and try to get by because things are so expensive. And there's ways to do things without having to have all this more expensive stuff. Well, friends, making this first video was a little bit challenging for a country boy like me. Learning how to upload and export and edit and all the big terminology words that I can't hardly speak, much less know much about. I got a long ways to go on figuring out how to make them a little better videos. But if you like this video, I would like you to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, maybe share a video or two. I'd like to do some more in-depth videos on when I'm making my DIY projects and reviews on items, and maybe even do a little cooking shows here and now. You never know what this boy might do. Thank y'all and have a blessed day.